Hey Scorpios, happy solstice. This is our reading for mid-December 2019. It may take you into 2020. It may look at the entirety of December 2019, or it may just be these last couple of weeks. It'll be different for all of you specifically. Scorpios, being a creator of any kind, even if we just mean to say of your own life and path, at times leaves one feeling, can leave you feeling like you know yourself better than you ever have. You see these expressions in front of you, your work, its effects, the way it changes colors once it's outside of you, and in whatever form you express. And it reflects back to you truths that you had only felt but hadn't actually perceived and received in other ways yet. But at the same time, you have to be your best friend, and you have to bring your different levels of consciousness to the table so you can discern new truths about your own work and your own creations and your own expressions. And so you mean to be your best friend, but at times you tear yourself down and are your worst enemy. But regardless of what end of the spectrum you fall on, you're always trying to make an external observation and comment on work that you had done, almost as if you're someone else, right? And so it can also make you feel like you don't know yourself at all. So sometimes better than you ever have, and sometimes as if you're not sure who you are anymore. It can take you through that exact type of journey. But that's what came through for you when I was shuffling and meditating with the deck before recording. I'm not even sure that it was any specific type, any specific card or element that came through. But we'll see what the ones that are coming out for you now have to say. This reading is for Scorpios of all kinds, suns, moons, risings, Venus, Mars, etc. Your North Node, your Midheaven. Maybe you're just interested in the house that Scorpio rules at this time, or maybe you just found the reading by happen chance. That can certainly indicate that there is a message for you here. And while it is intended for December, end of December, moving into 2020, right? It also can just be for whenever the reading may find you and resonate. Okay, plenty of cards out now, more than I intended. The bottom of the deck is going to be the Five of Air, the Five of Swords. There's some type of struggle, battle going on, maybe just a mental battle in your own mind, maybe verbal battles with people around you, a mental battle of some sort. You're definitely experiencing some worries, some fears, some anxieties concerning your commitments, Scorpios. If not relationship commitments, then, commitments in terms of your beliefs, your rituals, your other rituals, your schedule, your routine. That which secures your wealth, your home, your very wealthy structure is what is causing the worry, the fear, and the anxiety around this time. And it is presenting a choice to you. It's happening very quickly. So first of all, the first card you had out was the Seven of Wands, Scorpios. This is the Deviant Moon Tarot deck that we're using, by the way. More information is in the description box below. But you're feeling defensive for some reason, and actually at this time what's happening is that karma is clearing in some sense. You may need to find forgiveness for yourself or someone else in this situation, in your present situation. But karma is clearing. You may be exposed, but at the same time you do or will feel absolved. I think that the reason a lot of you feel defensive is because you are defending your truth, your beliefs, what you have faith in. And there's some sort of a mental battle or a struggle surrounding that truth, surrounding that faith, those beliefs. Is it people outside of you questioning what your beliefs are, or is it just you questioning your own truth? Some of you may be defending yourself against a truth that you do not want to see, you do not want revealed even to you, you don't want to accept it. But once you allow this truth to shine, to shed light on your present situation, again, it absolves you and it clears karma. But there's some fear here, again, surrounding, some fear and defensiveness surrounding what you have faith in, what you choose to do habitually, ritually, what you believe and how that shapes your routine on a daily level, on a yearly level, right? Over the course of your life, your habits in general, right? Whether that's because others are questioning those things or you are. Again, it'll be different for every Scorpio. And if you're interested in a personal reading, just scroll down to the description box down below where you can check out, I think I already told you, information about these decks that I use, but also information on personal readings and email address, links, information, etc. And if these beliefs, these habits, these beliefs, these routines, if they are not already what supports your home, maybe your family, your wealth, then you're maybe wanting it to be, right, Scorpio? There's an issue regarding these beliefs and whether or not they're going to support what looks to be like a very wealthy home environment for you. You have earned a lot of wealth, or at least around this time you are earning a lot of wealth because of skills that you have learned. So if it's an opportunity for you to live your truth, don't resist it. For others of you, though, you may have some resistance to this picture because what's worrying you is that in that picture, you're not able to live your truth. And you're wanting to introduce that here. It doesn't make the skills that you have learned that have been supporting you any less valuable, certainly. But you're seeing expedited progress here in the near future, Scorpios, regarding that which supports your wealthy home, your wealthy personal situation, and maybe your family situation. Expedited progress, lots of communication, lots of fast movement regarding those things. And there's going to be a choice that you have to make very quickly. And it's quicker than you'd like. Make sure you're taking all the information into account. Don't be sloppy about your correspondence when there's a lot of it coming in. If you have an important decision to make and there's information out there that you need, then be as vigilant as possible in reviewing any correspondence that might pertain to this decision that needs to be made in a matter of weeks, I would say. It's faster than you would like, but you want to make the decision before it's taken out of your hands. This isn't too different from another reading I just did earlier for either Scorpio or Libra. And it has to do with you communicating a truth, living a truth, wielding a truth, communicating a truth, sharing a truth, owning a truth in some way that is difficult to carry. It is difficult to know or to share. It's hard to speak up about. You may have to do so in an immature manner that is received as disrespectful, which is completely uncomfortable and maybe totally unintended, but you're not necessarily practiced or learned at owning or wielding, living, sharing said truth. Or there's just something difficult about the very nature of the message that you have to share. It may be what causes some type of mental battle, verbal battle, some type of rift or fight between you and someone else. And that may be why we see this on the bottom of the deck, Scorpios, is to say that that's unavoidable. That's what this is about. That's what this is coming to a head to. That's what's going to happen with this. That, you know, when you live your truth and express it authentically and openly and at every turn, when you need to in order to be true to yourself, you naturally are going to butt heads with people sometimes. That sort of tracks, does it not? The only other card we haven't talked about that's on the table with us is the Queen of Pentacles, Scorpio. So I get the feeling that this has very much to do with a mature feminine earth energy. Is it a Taurus? Is it another fixed feminine energy like yourself? Is it a Virgo? As I said, this message is not too different from one that I just did. I did Libras tonight and I did Virgos tonight. So it might be, it might have been Virgos. Or is it Capricorn? There's so much moving into Capricorn, right? The sun's about to move into Capricorn. Venus, however, has just moved into Aquarius, but we've got the solar eclipse in Capricorn here soon on the 26th of that new moon. Mercury will then be moving into Capricorn. Saturn will, of course, already have been there. So, and you know, we've had Jupiter there since the beginning of the month, which I feel has brought so many blessings, so much luck and blessings. Opportunities to create more wealth for ourselves. So this could also be Capricorn showing up for that reason, or one that's significant to you. Or is it just an earthly energy, someone grounded, someone balanced, maybe a teacher, someone certainly rich and wealthy in certain senses, the ones that matter especially. Well, the ones that really matter most, I suppose I would say. Somebody just who embodies those types of energy, maybe someone who is very good with their finances, or is that earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo energy within you that is highlighted here, that is showing up? Is that part of the truth that you're realizing and that is being revealed to you, that you're wanting to own and to live and to share? We do have a lot of Taurus energy here, potentially a lot of Taurus energy here. So for a lot of you, I do think that you're dealing with an Aquarius or a Taurus, or you're dealing with Aquarian or Taurian energy in your own chart. If that is intriguing to you, or you've been wanting to look more into your astrology, I'd say those are great places to start, especially at this time. You know, their ruling planets are Uranus and Venus. What is that doing in your birth chart? Or what areas of your birth chart do Aquarius and Taurus rule? What planets do you have placed there? These are, you know, that would be good. Those would be good places to start at this time if you're starting around this time. But yeah, some of you may have an Aquarius, Taurus energy around you. Some of you, it's just really showing up for you and prominent for you at this time that Venus has moved into Aquarius. Meanwhile, Aquarius' ruling planet Uranus is in Taurus. So there have been a couple of readings like that where there's been a lot of Taurus, Aquarius energy all over it. And I just know that it's because, well, of course, Venus just moved into Aqua and Uranus is still in Taurus. So it's just really affecting a lot of us. I mean, all of these transits always do, right, in some way, but it's just affecting some more than others, I suppose, obviously. And there have been readings in which it was sort of bringing a soulmate energy in, but it looked like it was bringing a soulmate energy in, but that soulmate energy was really for someone's work life, for their business, you know, not for a romantic partner. And likewise, it seems to be doing something for your love life, but a lot about your love of self. Not only believing in and having faith in your truth, your path, what's right for you, what's meant for you, but loving it enough to see it through and to defend it. Even against someone who has been like a teacher to you, who has been like a mentor or a mother in some sense to you. Even when you're becoming more of that energy for yourself, and so you don't recognize yourself as well. As I said at the beginning, you know, being a creator means that sometimes you don't know who you are, and sometimes you don't know who you're defending, because, you know, you're trying to look at what you're doing from so many different angles all the time. And, you know, that, I suppose the process is different for every individual and every different energy, but that was the energy coming through for you as the reading was starting, that there are a lot of you that go through a process that leaves you sometimes knowing yourself better than you ever have, and at other times questioning what you're doing and who you are. And it's necessary for you to know that for a lot of creators, for a lot of us, that's just part of the process. And it is a moment that allows someone else to step in and sort of say, see, you don't know what you're doing. This is what you should be doing. And you have to, again, love your choice, love your truth, your path, what you truly believe is for you. And the faith that you have in it itself enough that you continue to defend it, even when it does leave you totally naked in front of the crowd, totally exposed. That's something that keeps coming up as we approach this solar eclipse at the new moon in Cap, is vulnerability. It's come up a couple of times today already. Being willing to expose oneself to a vulnerability that feels quite dangerous, and seeing these rewards and this progress immediately afterward. Or being validated in one's ability to defend one's wealth and progress, right? If it were already in motion. So, with all of that said, I think we've let this get long enough, Scorpios. Thank you so much for all of your contributions to Lunartics Tarot. It's all so truly appreciated in all of the different ways that you contribute. And I hope that the needed insight was able to reach you here today. I think I told you about information on personal readings being down below. I told you about the deck. Make the most of this new moon solar eclipse, of the end of 2019, of the beginning of 2020. I hope you make wise choices for yourselves moving forward, Scorpios. I hope you always choose your truth, even if it makes your voice shake, even if it's hard to hold up, even if you feel exposed and vulnerable. You're definitely not alone. Cliche though it may be, it's true. There's many of you, many of us going through something so similar. And it is just a battle. It is just a fight. These aren't the kind of fights that anyone wins. And so there's really nothing worth fighting for that isn't going to lead to some type of victory besides truth. And as you, it has to be your truth, right? You're learning. You're just learning still. You have to tame that inclination to buckle to the fear. And you've got it. You've got it. This is just a little bit of an encouragement and a reminder that you absolutely have the power to handle all of that on your own. So Scorpios, I love you. Happy 2020. And I truly look forward to doing another reading for us just as soon as I can.